in traffic. He'll be brought down in Tennessee. He's going to secure an incredible, improbable comeback victory and win for the road on the first time this year.
It was the first win for the Titans on the road in 389 days. Tennessee, who the Texans play this coming Sunday in Nashville, was down 14 points in the final 3 minutes against the 9-win Miami Dolphins, who, and we generally sneer at these, but had a win probability of 99% plus to win the game. They rallied and beat the Miami Dolphins 28-27 in one of 2 Monday Night Football games last night. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not feeling like myself today. I haven't been feeling like myself the last couple of days. I'm not going to lie. This loss to the Jets has put me in a bad spot. And I did what I normally do when I'm feeling depressed, which is playing the video game Civilization 3 while watching World War II documentaries on a television. This is what I do whenever I'm down bad. And I felt that way before this game last night. After the Titans beat the Dolphins, I'm now looking at the rest of the Texans' schedule. I don't think they're making the playoffs. I know that they're still in the race, but the Jets game was the most winnable game left on the schedule. Tennessee, who's got a scrappy Will Levis under center and a pretty good defense. I mean, Tennessee turned the football over 3 times last night. One of them was a pick six by Will Levis, a muffed punt that set up the Dolphins with the short field for a touchdown, a fumble by Levis that also set up Miami for a touchdown. And that's really all that Miami did from a scoring perspective. This is a Miami Dolphins team that's got Tua, who is a fringe MVP candidate at the very least, Tyreek Hill, who is a MVP candidate, and the Titans defense without Jeffrey Simmons, their best player on defense, held the Dolphins in check, and you just lost to the Jets and Zach effing Wilson. And I know every single day I wake up and I tell you guys, today is the greatest day of your life. Well, even though Sunday's the biggest game of the season for the Houston Texans, I got to say, I'm just bummed out, man. I feel like Tennessee's going to win on Sunday, and they're going to be wearing the Love You Blue jerseys to add insult to injury. Could someone shake me? Is there anybody around that can slap me? Just like, pull me up like I'm Johnny Fontaine in The Godfather Part 1, the musician that goes in to go meet with Vito Corleone, and Vito Corleone smacks him around a little bit because he's acting like a bitch. That's where I'm at right now. I feel like that. But, I mean, we're not even sure if it's going to be Davis Mills or Case Keenum on Sunday. Should be Case Keenum, Houstonian hero. But, yeah, I was in a bad place after the Texans lost to the Jets. I'm in more of a bad place right now. Can anyone help me? Can I use you guys as therapy? 713-780-3776 to call in, to text in. You can join on Twitch, twitch.tv/ESPN975. I'm depressed. Sean, can you help me here? I mean, they're 7-6. They're the last team out of the playoffs. But I was starting to get excited about the idea of a December to remember for Houston Texans football, because there haven't been really any of late. Like last year, I didn't even watch any of the games in December.
No. I mean, the Titans, when you do something that literally no team has ever done, which is come back from a 14-point deficit with 3 minutes left, you kind of have to look at the Miami Dolphins and be like,
frauds?
What happened, guys? What happened? In the previous 760 times that this happened, you guys won. And the last time that a team was down 14 with 3 minutes left, came back to win. It shocked me when I was watching the game.
Was it the New England Patriots against the Buffalo Bills?
No, it was 2016. I think it was 2016. Yeah, it's 2016. The Texans over the Colts.
Oh, yeah.
Just a shock. You're like, wait, what?
Wait, a Brock Osweiler-led team did that?
Yeah, and so...
It wasn't the other way around. Hang on. It wasn't the Colts doing that to the Texans. Are we sure?
I read it as Texans over Colts. Maybe it was the Texans had the lead over the Colts. And
it feels like it's more likely to be the other way around. But you know what, Sean? You're cooking with fire here, or gas. I don't know, whatever. You're cooking with something, okay? And I'm willing to get high off of these noxious fumes and to make myself a little less depressed.
Tennessee was also the only team to win it in regulation. Every other team went over because before, like, last year, everyone would just kick the extra point every time.
Right, and now all of a sudden teams, when they're down 14 points, are like, I'm going to go for 2. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, the Titans just won because they did that.
Right, it makes no sense to me, but it worked. I don't get why people do it. They're like,
because it don't.
The analytics say you should. Does it? I guess.
It's the only way that you can win in regulation.
I suppose, but...
No, Paul. It is. Not you suppose. It is.
I get that, but still, at the same
I
time,
suppose. No,
you can go for 2 on the second touchdown. I don't get why they do it on the first. Whatever, it worked. It worked.
That way, because if you miss it, then you can go for 2 the second time and still tie it.
Dude, how do the Titans win this? How do they win this? How are the Texans going to beat them on Sunday? How is this going to happen?
What's the Tennessee weather looking like on?
What? The weather's going to help the Texans out? Sure as bleep didn't help them out Sunday. Jesus.
Well, no. Well, if it's nice, it helps them.
I guess. Is it going to be nice in Nashville in December? I don't know. I don't think this is bachelorette party season in Nashville. Is it going to be cold?
High of 53, low of 39, and a rain cloud emoji.
Oh, great.
I don't know if it's going to rain during the game at all, but it has. Sunday has a rain cloud when you Google Nashville weather.
There's just so many things to be depressed about today. Jeremy Branham's going to come in here with a pants tent because Will Levis won this game last night. Who's very cocky. Did you hear him after the game telling Titans media he's excited to watch the Miami Dolphins in-season Hard Knocks episode?
Jeremy Branham said that to Nashville media?
Will Levis said that to Nashville media. Jeremy Branham's going to come in here with a pants tent. He's going to come in here like that because he is the Will Levis truther of ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. And I mean, just adding to my Texans depression here, I did not see this after Sunday's game, but I saw it after yesterday's show. DJ Reed, who is a Jets cornerback, had this to say about what Zach Wilson had said to him earlier in the week. I'm playing for y'all. I have nothing to lose. What's the worst that can happen? I get benched again? Well, the best thing that can happen is he can have his best career game against the Texans, and he did. I mean, God. How did we get here in less than 10 days? After that win against the Broncos, I'm thinking to myself, they took care of the last difficult game on the schedule. Now I'm looking ahead. Myles Garrett is calling Joe Flacco elite. You play Will Levis and this Titans team that beat the Dolphins and held that offense completely in check. You play them twice. And then you got to play the Colts the last game of the season. And the last time the Texans played the Colts, Shane Steichen made D'Amico Ryans look like Nathaniel Hackett. Sorry to be mean, but I mean, it felt like that. Steichen was great in that game.
Well, and then Nathaniel Hackett in the second half of the Jets game looked like he was, I don't know, Mike McDaniel? I don't know. A good offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Oh, also, the Texans did beat the Colts in 2016.
They did. Wow.
So that is the
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well,
Brock Osweiler, not so bad after all, huh? or Will Levis, ... next Brock Osweiler, question mark? There you go. Yeah, well, Will Levis did something that Brock Osweiler did. Are you really that impressed by Monday Night Football?
I'm honestly really impressed that Brock Osweiler did that right now. And maybe can you pick up the phone and call Brock Osweiler? Would Brock would at least be fun. I would rather have Brock Osweiler under center on Sunday than Davis Mills or Case Keenum. Now, of course, I say this now, and as the week goes on, I'm going to talk myself into Case Keenum being the guy. But where I'm at right now,
Brock Osweiler levels of desperation. You want this guy?
Do you feel there's been a consistent theme with the interceptions that you've thrown this year?
No, I don't. I think every interception really has a different story.
You know what? I want him to tell me stories. Okay, I'm cool with the stories because some comments here. D'Amico on the Twitch says he's mad the Titans are wearing Oilers throwback assist uniforms. I doubt he ever saw the Oilers wear that in the Dome. I did never see the Oilers wear that in the Dome. However, those throwbacks are fashion, okay? And I want to be able to wear those without somebody saying, "Are you a Titans fan?" I want to be able to do that, okay? So respect me and respect the legend of Brock Osweiler. 713-780-3776 to call in, to text in. You can join on Twitch, twitch.tv/ESPN975. Does this fan base dislike Davis Mills more or Brock Osweiler more? Mills is, for his part, except for on Sunday, but for his part, Mills, when he's been subbed into the game when CJ Stroud's looked concussed twice this season, he's done okay, you know? But yeah, I'm just bummed out. It's entirely because the Titans won this game. Really is. I have no idea how they pulled that thing off. It was an incredible comeback by them. They clearly haven't quit on Mike Vrabel yet. And Levis, for his faults, which he has many, he turns the football over. The guy's got chutzpah.